Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Karen, Christa, and Dub here for our Facebook Live. You know, it's the summertime live events. We've got Christa is on the road today, on her way to a meeting with me. So we will see her later today. So her internet's a little shaky, so bear with us as that internet goes, but we are happy to be here. This is our summer live series. We're going to keep these series going even though we're back on the road. Yay.
Yay.
And I'm going to introduce Dub to you guys in a second, but I wanted to turn it over to Kristen. Let's see if she's got her internet working or not.
Right. Can y'all hear me? I might be frozen. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Great. So I'm so excited for summertime FaceTime lives, right? We're going to do Monday mornings at 9 a.m. and chat a little bit about trailer experiences. We have Dub with us today, who is one of our instructors, and she's one of our instructors that rolled back out with us on the road through the COVID process. Our goal is to have some of our attendees on during the summertime series, as well as some of our partners. As Karen mentioned, we are on the road, so we won't have as many lives as we used to, which is why we're going to focus on Monday mornings at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. And reminder, we are back in the giveaway zone. So at the end of this live today, we'll tell you the pieces that or the information you'll need to post in order to be eligible to win a Shoot Like a Girl swag bag. On that note, everything now has been mailed. So when I say now, I mean as of this weekend. So be looking. If you have won a prize pack in the past, you should receive it in the next 7 to 10 business days, depending on mail in your area. And if 2 weeks go by and you haven't seen anything, please shoot us a private message and we'll check on that for you.
So Trish Moore, can you hear me talk? I hope. We'll see if that was everybody for Christa losing sound or just if it's for all of us. So if you guys can just give us a little quick, hey, we can hear you still, Karen, that would be great. We are so excited for this. And one of the things that Christa said was that we mailed out everything last week, which is great. And Dub is going to talk about some of these exciting experiences. So Dub is her nickname, and she is just one of our greatest instructors. Dub, you're my favorite. I tell all the girls that every time they're on. But Dub is really one of our exceptional firearms instructors. She trains and does instruction in her hometown as well, and we will post how you can find out about that later. But Dub, thanks so much for coming on. You know, your smile is so infectious, and the experience you have with those clients are so great. So before we begin, what brought you to be a Shoot Like a Girl instructor?
Well, I had a friend that was with you guys, and she said, you need to join us. You know, it'll be so much fun. We love helping these ladies. And so I did. And here I am a year and a half later.
Great. And so now when you join us, so tell people what you do. You do both the pistol and the rifle introduction, and then you also work with ladies on the gun counter. And during our COVID process, you were our first touch with the firearm. So tell us about that.
So we set up a little demo station outside so that the trailer wasn't so crowded. And so the ladies would come to me first, and we would just kind of go through the pistol and the rifle and make them a little familiar. So when they got inside the trailer, they were able to just, pick up that firearm and shoot. So, helping them rack the slide and loading, unloading, just giving them that little bit of instruction.
Yeah. And so when you give instruction, tell us about some of the women that you've met and you've helped along the way.
So for me, the most amazing part of it is turning the I can'ts into, oh my God, I can. Right. So, they'll come up and say, I can't rack a slide. And I'll say, well, let's, work with that. Let me show you some techniques that's going to help you with that. And then they do it and they're, oh, that was too easy. Are you sure that was it? And we're like, yeah, that's all you got to do.
Isn't it funny how those cans, I always tell ladies, it's almost like when you buy a set of sheets and you wash them for the first time and they shrink, and it's hard as a booger bear to get that last corner over those fitted sheets, but we can do it. And they can do that with a slide just as easily once they learn that technique that you teach them. So I know that we never know the experience level of someone that comes in the trailer. So of all, you know, maybe just one or two of the stories of ladies that have really touched your heart.
So we had one lady that had came in, and she wasn't able to use the left side of her, you know, her arm and hand, and she was, you know, pretty sad, you know, because she really wanted to carry a firearm for protection, but she knew that she wasn't able to load it and rack a slide, and we were actually able to help show her one-handed how to do that. She left the trailer super confident and just beaming from ear to ear. And her husband actually came back to the trailer and said, "Thank you, ladies, so much. You do not know, you know, what that you just did for my wife. She's just so excited, ready to get to the range, ready to practice what you taught her."
Oh, that's exciting. And I love the fact that they went back to practice, because that's really important for what we do, is that these ladies get follow-on introduction. Christa, can you jump in? I'm not sure how your sound is doing.
Yeah, can you hear me? So can you hear me?
Yes.
Do y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. I will speak right here in the mic just in case the people watching can't hear me. I have to say, Dub, when you
Okay, Christa, I'm sorry. It's not working, so we're gonna go on and drive on.
It kind of gave me chill bumps. There are so many people that come into our trailer with that I can't attitude. And we've even seen them on the outside of the trailer, right? Where they're walking by and they're looking.
All right, so we're going to go on. I'm going to pull Christa off of here just because, unfortunately, her sound is just not working for us, and that's the joy of technology. You all, thank you for being patient and not getting upset with us that we have problems with technology. You know, we are shooters. We are not. We need to hire an internet computer guru, because it's not me. I heard Christa in a few broken words talking about all the people that come into the trailer, and that changing that I can't into I can. You know, that's really part of about why Shoot Like a Girl is in existence, because there's a confidence that comes when you accomplish a task, especially if it's a task that you thought you couldn't do, like drawing back a bow. I saw Suzetta's watching. You know, drawing back a bow, a lot of people feel like they're not physically strong enough to do that either. And once they're shown the technique and realize that they can, it's quite an experience. I remember the lady with having trouble with one side of her body. You know, I had hurt my hand, I guess 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and I didn't have the use of one of my hands. And it was very, when you realize how much you use your hands, and you suddenly realize that the means to defend yourself, should you need it, is gone, it really does feel like you've just been stripped of a lot more than the use of your hand. Right. And when you worked with her and were able to show her all those things, it was just amazing to see that sparkle come back in her eye. And not only that, I believe, if I remember right, that this lady and her husband were recreational shooters as well. And that was something that they did for fun, is go to the range and have little contests. Like, you know, it's always fun to have a contest with someone you might be interested in, and you do that contest, and so you really did a great service to her. I've seen, you know, guys, we've had people come in the trailer that have been victims of gun violence or seen gun violence, and we don't wish that on anyone, but to watch these women overcome this extreme fear, which is validated, right? But to watch them come over that fear and to actually participate in what we're doing, it really is a really great experience.
And you know, sometimes they may not even finish getting it. You know, they may come in the trailer and have to leave, but then they come back the next day and, you know, said, I had to leave yesterday because I was so overwhelmed, but you guys made it where I was able to come back. You know, you made it comfortable and made me feel like I could come back and do it. And, you know, they were able to finish and hit the target and, you know, high fives and, well, before COVID, high fives and hugs.
Right.
And that's the, you know, that's the best part.
Yeah, it really is. You know, so I'm going to tell a story that you might not be familiar with, Dub. It was early on in Shoot Like a Girl, and we had a lady come in the trailer, and she, you know, she was reluctant to go in at first, and our team outside encouraged her to go in. And I noticed as she went in, she was starting to tremble a little, and she looked like she was claustrophobic. And so pre-COVID, you know, it was always very crowded inside where we shoot. And she was just a little nervous, and she just started shaking. She walked away. And I followed her out and I said, do you not want to shoot? And she says, I do. I can't. And I'm like, okay, well, hang on 1 second. And I went in and I cleared the whole entire trailer out, and I took her in by herself and let her shoot, and come to find out that she had been one of those women that had suffered some tragedy in her life. And that experience, like, she shot one round and burst into tears and then left. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did we do? Oh, I hate that someone left that way. And then she just had walked like away, and she came back and she was giving everyone a hug because she felt like she had just taken her life back. Right. From the simple act of pulling a trigger and hitting the target. Yes. It was really, really incredible to do. I see that Christa's back on, and I see that she's changed directions. So let's see if we can bring her on back onto the stream. And Dub, are there any other things? So tell us a little bit about your home life. I think you have some pups.
I do. Guinness and Stella, they're my babies. And so I don't have children, so they just, you know, take up all that for me that make my life complete. So.
Oh, that's great. Oh, and for Chai Latte update, y'all. So my son is in town and he is taking her home, it looks like. We'll find out in another few days. But it looks like Chai Latte is going to have a brand new home as well. Christa, you changed.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, this is so much better.
So for those of you guys that are watching, I actually live in Georgia and have to pass over to Alabama and cross through multiple states to get there, believe it or not. And I was in a passing of the Ocoee River. So if you are an Olympic follower, in '96, the kayaking was run on the Ocoee River. So I've had to drive up a mountain right above where they put the kayaks in for the upper run for the Olympics in order for you guys to see me. So thanks for your patience. I'm so sorry I fell off at that last part. What I was saying is that with the story that Dub told, it just gave me chills. There are so many attendees that come onto the trailer or don't even enter the trailer because they think they can't. Yes. Right? They just think they can't. And that's our goal, is to give them that seed of confidence. I heard a little snippet, right? We were talking puppies. So for those of you that are watching, for our swag giveaway from this episode, you've got to be able to post the names in the feed of Dub's puppies. And I heard her say them just as I came back online. So don't say them again. Let's see if they can find those names and remember them. She's got 2 puppies. Their names kind of complement each other. And yeah, that'll be how we get our swag winner for today.
Awesome.
Yep, and we're looking forward to sending that out. And again, I think Christa mentioned to you guys, we mailed, like I went to the post office and caught us up on all the mailing of addresses we've had. So if you've won but not sent your address in, please send your address in so that we can get it to the post office. And I am post office challenged, and so your help is greatly appreciated. It's almost as bad as internet. Well, I think we're going to wrap up today, but I do want to say that for everyone watching, thank you guys for your support. We're going to keep doing these lives, and we're going to talk about some firearm safety too. So really quickly, I want to tell you, for all of you new gun owners out there, please Google firearms training near me. That's all you have to do. And you will find a plethora of instructors that are qualified. And, you know, like women's groups, finding the right instructor is kind of like finding a church. You need to call them, have a conversation with them before you go to their class and see if they meet your schedule and your personality. And if they don't, there's plenty. So just keep looking until you find the right instructor for you. But for sure, if you've bought a firearm in the last couple of months, you know, most restrictions are eased up that you can get to the range. Please get a qualified instructor and go out and get some training. It's really important. So that's my firearm tip for the day. Because we talk about our 4, follow the 4, keep your finger off the trigger, keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction, always, always, always treat a gun like it's loaded, even when you know it's not, and know your target and what's beyond. We talk about those all the time, but if you don't go learn how to use your firearm to where it becomes second nature to you, especially if you're using that firearm for self-defense, then you are not setting yourself up for a successful scenario. So please go get some training and learn to use that firearm, and you'll find that you'll be like that that person that Dub explained that does recreational shooting and has a gun for self-defense, but really goes out and has great quality time with their family and has fun. So that's our safety tip for the day.
Karen, just to add on to that a smidge, we have so many families that now have a new firearm in their home. So make sure that communication extends beyond that individual who's purchased a firearm, and that everyone in the home understands the significance and the rules behind firearms. And for your little people, find that piece. It's actually a previous live that we did where we talked about children in the home and firearm safety.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have my little grandson on. And you know what? Next week we'll talk about home protection plans, because if you've bought a firearm and it's just for home defense, there's some things that you can do to set yourself up and your family up for success as well. And God forbid you ever have to use that. But we would love to make sure you know what you should do and how to build that plan that works for you and your family. Dub, I just love having you on. You're gonna have to come back. Your smile's infectious, and y'all, she always smiles like that. It never goes away. And we're excited that you were on. If you want to win the prize, the great swag bag prize, you guys just have to tell us, what are Dub's dogs' names? She mentioned them earlier. So if you forget, should I tell them now again? It's at the very end.
It is at the very end. Okay, go ahead, tell
Yeah, Stella and Guinness. So y'all, if you want a swag bag right now, you need to text, you need to chat, put in our chat box, Stella and Guinness, so that you'll be entered to win a prize pack from Shoot Like a Girl. Krista, it's great. I'll see you in a couple hours. Drive safely, and don't worry about the time. It's more important to be safe. And y'all, we're headed to Kearney, Nebraska next.
Kearney,
Nebraska. I was calling it Kearney, and someone called me out for that. So
I was too. I was calling it Kearney. It's Kearney.
It's Kearney. Yep. So y'all, we're heading to Kearney in July 25th and 26th, I think. Yes. And then we're headed down to Rogers, Arkansas after that. So y'all,
I'll be there.
Yay!
Awesome! Yay!
All right, we're excited to see you, Dub. All right, Lisa, you're entered to win. You guys take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.